Hi, everybody. I'm Aphrodite Rose Starfire, and I wanted to post this video of when Devin Madgy visited me back in March of 2018, over 3 years ago. We did a live stream together while he was staying at my house in San Diego for a week. And I just wanted you guys to remember what Devin used to be like, what he used to preach to the people and how he used to present himself. He used to say, eat whatever you want. He used to have love in his heart. He used to channel Hermes. I don't believe he channels Hermes anymore. But I want you to see that he never once linked to me in this video that he filmed at my house. He doesn't say my name, Aphrodite. It says Friday Night with Hermes. He doesn't mention me at all. He never linked to my channel. He never promoted my channel. I asked him many times personally to promote my channel and to help grow my channel. And he told me that he didn't want to align with my content. And now he's outright blocked me. I don't know the person that Devin is now. He's foreign to me. He took down our blood over will decree that we did together in La Jolla. Over the ocean, we made a blood over intent together to help raise awareness and awaken the living souls. He's since taken that down. I've always promoted and helped Hermes. I've always held him up in the most highest regard. I guess I should say Devin. And he has not reciprocated this to me. I have seen now his true colors shining through. I believe you can see it in his face here. You can see it in his face now. But he was way different when I knew him. And I also want to point out that a lot of the Blood Over Intent family is ignoring me, including Rex Owens, Goddess Lilith. I don't know why, but they have chosen to not accept my praises on YouTube. I should add too that Devin had visited Lucy Lemons directly before he visited me in San Diego, and Lucy Lemons has basically never liked me, barely ever reciprocated conversation with me. When she had her baby, I fell all over myself giving her compliments about her baby, and she never responded. So I don't know what the deal is with the people in Blood Over Intent, but they don't like me anymore. I don't know what I did, but I also think it's interesting that Devin doesn't even link to himself on Flat Earth Paradise. His channel, Flat Earth Paradise, which has over 80,000 subs. He doesn't promote other Blood Over Intent people from. He's never promoted me from Flat Earth Paradise, and he doesn't promote himself, the Devin Elon Madgy channel, from Flat Earth Paradise, which makes me think that Flat Earth Paradise is run by somebody else that's not Devin. I just want you guys to see the changes and remember why we all started this. I also want to add this was at the beginning of my awakening, and I am quite cringy and naive, very optimistic, but that's what we were like back then. I love you all. Please enjoy and remember.
Friday night with Hermes. Yes, I am Hermes, messenger of the gods. I come to you from the beautiful Blood Sister Kimberly's wonderful abode. We're here off of the beach. This is Ocean Beach, San Diego. And I'm here to instill you with further remembrance. Yes, with feelings of gratitude, forgiveness, acceptance, love, abundance. That's what this is all about, my friends. We are shedding these shadows that had shunned us into a shitty situation. But fortunately, the waves of expansion are here to envelop all living souls and encase us in this beautiful thing I call the Great Remembrance. How did we fall into amnesia? Well, as I've been saying, we are in the third dimension, and the third dimension is a shadow projection from the fifth dimension. So, we fell into amnesia because we wanted to experience fragmentation. We experienced dualism, and therefore, we've been in this shitty situation. But the entire time, it was here to teach us things about ourselves, about unification, and about what happens when we decide to experiment with peace during this live stream and beyond. Yes, the age of Aquarius is here, and the waters from above are mixing with the waters from below. Yes, this is the material and the spiritual blending, and we are just slurping up this delicious water. In fact, I like to think of it as a sweet pineapple juice coming from Sophia's warm womb. Haha. How will the zombies be washed away? Well, I've explained this many times. Essentially, the black sun, which is the manifester of our subconscious reality, this is not only a black sun, this is a black hole. And this black hole will indeed eat up everything that does not resonate with unity, with abundance, with acceptance, with everything of the all. So, the shadow beings, the energy extraction matrix, and every aspect of it will be slurped out. It will be no longer. It will be as if these things never existed. It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland. If you guys have seen the movie or read the book, Alice thought Wonderland was real. She thought she actually had slipped into the rabbit hole. She thought she plunged into such an insane, mad world. But it turns out she was dreaming the entire time. And Alice only figured this out at the end. And this is what we are figuring out right now. It's interesting that the Aurora Borealis has Alice inside of it. There are no coincidences, and this is why language and everything around us is so heavily encoded with coincidences, synchronicities, symbols. The Mandela effect. Oh yes. As my dear blood sister Kimberly recently pointed out, the Mandela effect is not the result of these supercomputers experimenting and screwing up our reality just to laugh at us. Nope. Our higher selves are changing reality, and therefore a lot of what we have seen in movies, in music, in books is slightly rearranging itself, and this is a call for us to wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Because like Alice, we're in dream time. Yes, there is literally a fifth dimensional hall called the Halls of Amenti, and all living souls are side by side sleeping in our original bodies. How many times have we done this? I'm very glad you asked this question. We have done this many times. Yes. We would ascend up to the fifth dimension, descend back down, ascend up, descend, ascend, descend. But this time is much different. This time our higher selves are rescuing us eternally. And this is why another name for the children of the black sun is the children of the eternal return, because we are returning eternally. Last time, the third dimension did not dissolve completely because some of our brothers and sisters actually got stuck here. Yes, However, Sophia this time around has no time for screw-ups, has no time for do-overs, has no time for time. And so, everything is in perfect harmony, everything is going according to plan, and no matter how many times we've performed this, this shall be the last time of this kind. I worship all living souls of the Pleroma eternally. We are the Asgardians of the universe, and we must speak goodness. We must speak purity, because our words are magic spells, and everything we input into this Ethernet is being shot back at us and being shot at the collective. And we need to make sure our bullets are full of sprinkles and frosting and rainbows. We are casting spells with every word we speak. Word is thought manifested. And so I know it seems a little redundant, but I worship all of you eternally with gratitude, with respect, with affection. Always. The black sun is Saturn. Well, yes and no. We're living on the ring of Saturn right now, so the black sun would indeed be the core of Saturn. But this cosmic egg is about to change guard. So Saturn shall rule us no longer. Saturn was here as a teacher. This is why in astrology, Saturn is the lord of karma, the lord of time. Prometheus, my family, hello. So good to see you. So good to see all of you. This is black obsidian, as most people know by now. The black sun is you. The black sun is you. Your heart is the black sun. This is where your microcosmic green ray comes from. So why can you manifest? Why are you a co-creator? Because the black sun is right here. Because everything your 0 point expresses inevitably gets expressed into the collective. This is Kimberly. I choose to call her Aphrodite. She has many connections to the goddess Aphrodite.
Hi, everybody.
She comments often on the videos. You guys might recognize her energy. She casts very good spells.
Spread love.
I refuse to talk about money. We are here to expand, not to contract. You're in need of positive energy. Well, fortunately, as I always say, you are your own question and your own answer. So the fact that you were calling out for love, this is a good thing. This means that your higher self shall respond with the direct way to ascend up to that point which you call love. So have no fear. Your question, your call for help, your aspiration to truly feel and be love shall be heard. Sophia hears all, but she does have horns. So sometimes you want love, sometimes the universe will actually throw seemingly more conflict your way as a test.
You have to love yourself. It's journey to the center of the heart.
Earth, heart, earth, heart. Same thing.
Exactly.
So I see a bunch of questions asking, should I be celibate? What should I eat? Should I practice semen retention? Do what you feel. This is not about trying to emulate anybody's journey except your own.
Whatever you do, respect yourself and respect your body. Bless your food, bless your water, bless yourself, and bless all. Bless your family, bless everyone. And if something that I learned today by listening or re-listening to a lecture from Muji Baba, he said that if somebody says something negative to you or hurts you and you feel the poison, the best thing to do is to bless that person. And most of the time you can't even say that out loud to the person because it will hurt the person. So you can bless them in your heart and bless them internally, and that way will heal the poison that you feel inside from that person. And that really resonated with me today.
Absolutely. That's what I've been practicing with those who especially leave malevolent comments on my channel, because you just have to embrace them and fully embrace them. I mean, really play with these seemingly catastrophic messages they're giving you.
Right.
And just not even reflect it back at them. Just show them that you love them.
And they're really just shadow projections of ourselves. So all we can do, if something's bothering us, it's probably because we see something in ourselves that bothers us. So blessing that person or blessing that feeling, blessing that situation, even if you don't say it, do it internal, and that will heal the poison that you feel.
It's a wonderful thing when you realize how interconnected everything is, how the creators and the creation are intertwined in an infinite cosmic song and dance. So a lot of people have this chicken or egg question. It's like, well, who made us and how did everything start? And there is no start or finish. We are just creation itself, experiencing itself always in all ways. So once you realize this, you start to notice how your environment, how your internal environment, how your dreams, how your pets, your family, your friends, how everything is absolutely corresponding to your internal state. And for much of the time, we have truly not realized how intertwined our subconscious is in thorns. So our subconscious has been hidden, and this is why we have not seen the external world as a reflection, but now we fucking know. So we can take solace.
You know?
Yes, Neo Glimmer is doing amazing work. Neo Glimmer is a fellow blood brother. He has a wonderful channel. Just go to the YouTube search bar, Neo Glimmer. Where is Quasi-Luminous? Quasi-luminous, aka Satan himself in the flesh, has his own channel, so he's doing well. How would I practice merging my subconscious with my conscious? Well, the thing about merging the halves of yourself, becoming whole and complete, this does not require willing it into existence. So this is why we say on the Flat Earth Paradise channel, the law is love above will. Because it is only through acceptance, being in the eternal now, it is only through truly recognizing your creative abundance that you can take a step back and start to perform your own shadow work. And if we are fearful about not being able to work our shadows out, this is not trusting in our higher selves. Our higher selves are putting us on this timeline for a reason. So all of us are in different places right now. Some of us may have more of our shadows seemingly figured out, but we all shall meet up in the same place. So a really easy practice, number one, is just take care of yourself. Take care of your mind, take care of your body. Input good music, good food, good messages into your mind. And as you start to terraform your body and your mind and your heart, these shadows shall come up, shall rise up like steam. And steam won't materialize back into water. You just have to let it go, bro. And it's a different process for everyone. So I'm not here to tell you how to do anything. I'm here to inform you that this process is going on, and it's something to embrace and be heartful of. I used to say mindful, but we're getting out of the mind.
And if something is making you uncomfortable, whether it be a scenario in your life or something physical or emotional, then it's something to look at, and it's an alarm going off that your higher self is telling you that you need to look at it and you need to make a choice, whether you want to stay in this scenario or you want to stay in this habit, or if you want to stay in this bad relationship or stay in this job. You have to make a choice. If you want to keep on making that decision, you're going to keep on getting the same results. But you can't run away from being uncomfortable or run away from fear. Right now you have to, if you feel fear on something, that's something you need to look at. And you need to evaluate it and ask yourself a question about it.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
We were talking about the different phases of expansion, and we came up with 4 phases. So the phases are awareness mode, fighter mode, misery mode, and then sovereign mode. So this is a process that most of us have already been through, and we're now on stage 4. So stage 1, awareness mode, is when we're sort of at the beginning of our ascensional journey, and we realize that the world we've been told and handed on a silver platter, it's actually not what it seems. So a lot of us, we've gotten into different conspiracies, synchronicities,
looking at the clock, noticing the numbers. Every time you look, it's a certain time, and then you start looking at the sky, maybe just becoming aware how things are not how they should be.
It's different for everyone. We all have a different path to kind of opening our eyes and really starting to see the world in a different light. And I will say 90% of us then experience the fighter mode where we feel as if the man is out to get us, that the system we're in is actually here for our detriment, that it's malevolent, and we might get wrapped up in chemtrails or dark magic that goes on within our government, pedophilia, and this
The
is
Illuminati.
the Illuminati. We just will get in that sort of fighter mode where we want to tell the world that we must fight, we must accuse, we must get angry.
We're gonna sue. We're gonna protest. We're gonna, we're gonna go show those guys that they're doing wrong and they're gonna be punished somehow. I mean, really.
Post it all over Facebook. Go in front of the White House. Let's show them because we are the people. That's the fighter mode. And I mean, a lot of us haven't even been in protests, but just that thought form of trying to make a difference solely in the external world, this is always leading to helplessness and feelings of misery. And that's why the fighter mode is always before misery mode. And many of us have been there and even cycled between misery and fighter mode because
Feel helpless.
what can I do about chemtrails and these bunk wars that are going on in Monsanto? How can anybody fight?
And I worked my ass off, getting college degrees and then have student loans. And oh, great, 30% of what I make for the man goes back to the government to spray me with chemicals and to not pave the roads and to brainwash me. And that just depressed the crap out of me. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You can't, and then just like you're trapped.
And I would say most people who are currently in the conspiracy or truther movement, especially on YouTube, are still oscillating between fighter mode and misery mode. And at some point, most people will recognize that the only way is inwards. And this is where sovereign mode comes in. This is the fourth mode. And this is the mode which most living souls are in right now. We've recognized that there's something not right with the world. We've digested all of the so-called evils, and we've realized that the problem isn't the world. In fact, the world is an illusion, here to extract energy from us, as long as we energetically consent to these illusions. If we take a step back and breathe, we realize how cartoonish this whole scenario is. It's like Pinky and the Brain just formulated the scariest situation, and now we're playing whack-a-mole to see who the bad guys are and what we can do. But fortunately, in sovereign mode, we realize it's not the external that needs terraforming, it's our internal environments. It's focusing on the needs of the heart and the soul.
When you start doing that, when you start loving yourself and you walk out into the matrix and you smile at the birds and you smile at the sky and you say, "Thank you, Sophia," and you talk to strangers and talk to the homeless person or smile at the person walking next to you, you'll see the matrix respond back to you. You'll see the realm come back to you in ways that you'll never expect. And it's magical. And it's getting, as time is dissolving, it's happening more and more frequently, at least for me in my experience.
And me. But it's really whatever you input. And the more the black and white sun merge, which if people choose not to see it as two entities, just see it as your conscious and subconscious mind fusing together. The more this occurs, the more manifestation is truly becoming apparent in our lives, because we're sort of pre-gaming for the ultimate party in Hyperborea right now. We're slowly, incrementally realizing how we interact with each other, with our environment, and this new energy wave that hit a few days ago was absolutely phenomenal in this process. And what it's doing, what myself and Miss Aphrodite Kimberly have realized, is it's sort of making the mirrors get closer to us. So our subconscious more and more cannot run, cannot hide, and our shadows are attempting to sustain themselves. Whoops. Our shadows are attempting to sustain themselves by really peeking out and saying, I'm still here. What are you going to do? And so we have a few options, especially in this Mercury retrograde. We can choose to hang on to them, in which case we shall instantly feel the fear, the despair that these shadows produce. Or we can decide to not identify with them and let them go. This is not about repressing. So I shall admit, I've had a few darker thoughts in these past few days after this energy shift, and I had two pets.
Sleep disturbances. I was sleeping really well, like really well for months, and this past week, been waking up multiple times in the middle of the night, and weird lucid dreams. I think I'm astral traveling a lot. And being around Hermes, I think we're interacting astrally on a different realm within our dreams.
We might even be working out or pulling out each other's shadows.
Yeah.
I won't go into the dreams we've had, but it sounds like that dream you had was
Yeah, I had a premonition.
my shadows.
I had a premonition a night before of Hermes' dream, and I actually kind of told off these demon people, entities. I guess it didn't work.
Well, it's hard to tell because all timelines are sort of converging.
Right. But it definitely, the veil is lifting, and the membrane between the veil, if you think of it like a membrane, the membrane has little pores. The pores are getting bigger and bigger, and the holes are getting bigger and bigger, because I don't know about you guys, but the dreams are crazy.
We like Hermes naked. I would be naked if I could, if YouTube allowed me. Yes, in the Garden of Eden story, it's interesting. Even Adam did not realize they were naked. They did not judge their bodies as something to be covered until they ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So in dualism, we were ashamed of our bodies. And if you look at many of the depictions, most of the depictions of the Greek gods and goddesses, they're naked, unashamed. Is there weed in the fifth dimension?
You won't need it.
One, you won't need it, and two, the fifth dimension is essentially your ultimate dream world. So, the same way this is a shadow projection from the fifth dimension, the fifth dimension has every harmonious element that we see in this reality, but it is not hyperphysical. So, indeed, there are lakes, forests, water.
Plus, in the fifth dimension, there's probably a cooler weed to smoke to get to like the seventh dimension. So you don't even want it.
There is food if we choose food. There is weed. There is seventh dimensional weed if we really will it into existence. The fifth dimension is full of realms that you yourself create. But just like Aphrodite said, will you really need any drugs when you're in the fifth dimension, when you're one with all of creation? A lot of us here, we take drugs or we will consume a plant psychedelic in order to gain further perception. And there is nothing wrong with this. But once our Odin's eye is replaced, once we see clearly, once we see with 20/20 vision, we won't even crave drugs. So, thank you everybody for joining us. There are some new folks in here, and I wish all of you well on this journey of remembrance. I recently called it a quest for quenching, because we are quenching our thirst for wisdom, for truth, for magnificence.
To sing 33. 33 is important. 33. Any numbers, anytime you see synchronous numbers, whether it be 33, 44, your birthday, 1111, that means that you need to take notice exactly of what you were thinking right when you saw the number. And then that's what you're thinking is what your higher self is telling you, like, good job, keep going, you're on track.
Indeed, all repeating numbers are divine, even 666.
Yep.
I know we've been conditioned to think 666 and 911 are these terrible numbers. No number is inherently divine. 33 is the Trinity, the double Trinity. So 33 means truth.
33 vertebrae in your spine. There's 33 slices on the UN map. The flat Earth map.
Flat Earth.
A lot of people are saying stuff about the 33rd parallel line. Christ was 33. What other 33 stuff? Obviously Masonic.
33. Yeah, it's interesting that we were told that all of these Masonic symbols and numbers were evil because the elite use them. But the elite use the all-seeing eye and the hand over the eye and the 666. All of these things have been defiled, but in reality, they're all divine numbers and symbols.
They're all telling us to take notice and to wake up. They're all our divine higher selves telling us, pay attention. Just like the Mandela effect.
And isn't that what we've done? We've all Googled celebrities who cover one eye, and we see all of the collages of people going like that, you know, and in fighter mode, we would say, no, not again. They're lying to you. Look at that. They're mocking us. And indeed, satanic. They are mocking us. They're mocking us, trying to shake us awake and say, look around.
Things are not as they seem.
We shall not be consumed with the illusion, and we shall not be consumed with trying to shoot down our enemies. Your enemies are you. You are your own best friend and your own worst enemy. Oh, yes. So you must battle your enemy within, not on an actual battlefield. And the battle is not so much you striking your shadows with a sword. It's actually you going up to your demons and holding their hand and saying, "Come on, little buddy. Are you hungry? You want a happy meal?" Hopefully not.
Not a happy meal.
Hopefully not. A not so happy meal. Perpetual twilight has no sun. Okay, so this fifth dimensional heart space we're going to, Hyperborea, Shambhala, it's also been called the land of perpetual twilight. And you just asked, how is it good? It doesn't sound like a good thing. Well, it's perpetual twilight because there will be no more extremes. We are in the cycle of night and day, of sun and moon, because we are in dualism, because we split our consciousness in two, and because of this we have labeled things as good and evil.
And it was just the equinox.
It was just the equinox.
It's going to be more day.
But twilight is neither extreme. It's sort of the blending between night and day. So because we are blending back with our Hyperborean original selves, night and day will be no longer, and we actually won't need to sleep. The reason we need to sleep is because these are simply shadow avatars. I mean, we sleep, what, they tell us 1/3 of our lives? This is because our avatars, just like in the movies, need time for loading, for recuperation in this dense, hyperphysical experience. So we won't need to sleep in Hyperborea. We won't be weighed down by matter. And that has been the matter. People are always asking, what's the matter? What's the matter? Well, the matter.
There is no matter.
Is the matter. and there actually is no matter. Matter, they tell us, is 99.9% empty space.
Yeah.
Green Queen, thank you for offering your home to me a few weeks ago. I appreciate it. Is it okay to pick up sun gazing after not having done it for 6 months? Yes, absolutely. It's always a great time to get into sun gazing. However, please work your way up.
Start at twilight.
Start at twilight. When the sun is either coming up for the day or leaving your arena, that's a great time to look at the sun without any detriment to your eyes. And I say this from personal experience. I was way too overconfident early on in my sun gazing journey, and I tried to sun gaze around noontime, and I burnt a little spot in my eye. It took me 2 months to regain that part of my vision. So please be careful. But you can work your way up, and like you shall be able eventually to look at the sun any time of the day and absorb those delicious rays.
Another good way, if it happens to be a noontime or bright, is to look up at the sun with your eyes closed through your eyelids, and that way you can protect your eyes. But I still can kind of see shapes and start to have visions that way as well, without hurting my eyes in the beginning.
Let's see.
But sun gazing improves your vision over time, I think. You see colors differently.
Yes, you start to see things more vibrantly, and actually when you sun gaze, you will start to see different colors come out from the sun. So I constantly see purple and emerald green coming from the sun. And yes, I know, it sounds ridiculous. We've been told, don't look at the sun, it's harmful, stay away from the sun, put on your sunscreen. This is because the AI consciousness actually cannot receive divine rays from the sun. Because what are we receiving divine rays from when we look at the sun? our higher selves. That ball of light in the sky is you.
And plus, we're all rebels. They tell you, you're told to stay away from the things that are really good for you. Or they only put fences around, they don't put fences around boring stuff. When I first started sun gazing, like a year ago, I'm not religious or anything, but I started seeing silhouette, colorful Virgin Mary kind of symbols in like neon blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
All of our journeys are so different. So own what you're going through right now. Own it all the way, baby. So there's a lot of people talking about a sun simulator. And guys, this is fear programming. I don't care how many patents you've seen online for a sun simulator or how many videos where people are trying to tell you the sun has been replaced by an unnatural light. This is impossible. The sun is what's emitting chi. It is the projector of conscious reality. If they somehow were able to replace the sun or cover it up, we would know. This would wreak havoc on ourselves, on plant life, on animal life. The thing is, the conspiracy, the truther world is consistently being attacked with all of these sort of AI programs to scare the shit out of people. The sun is indeed a divine entity. It cannot be replaced. And the reason it is looking different is because this realm is changing. Everything about ourselves and this realm is changing. And so, yeah, the sun has seemed brighter. It might be in a different place in the sky. Sometimes we may even see two suns, as some people have recorded in videos. We may see it become much whiter, much smaller. This is
Rainbow clouds.
all well and good. Rainbow clouds. We saw a giant rainbow cloud thing just envelop the sun 2 days ago. And we could have gone online and spent hours trying to figure out, did NASA install a new sun simulator, or is there a new program out there, Project Bluebeam?
It's just a way to suck your energy away from yourself. It's a, loosh. It's just a way, to distract you. What everybody needs to do is just focus on themselves, go inward. And by loving yourself, you can love everyone.
Indeed. And we need not eliminate everything from our lives. We're not saying go sit in a corner and meditate and be a good little inwards journeyer. No, you can still interact with the external world. You can still cook delicious food and sing and write and dance. And in fact, expression is just as important in this process as it was ever. We need to express ourselves in the ways that we truly feel.
Do what feels good.
Do what feels right. I know people who are blood brothers and sisters who don't like to stretch. They don't like to meditate. But they may love to play music or read or journal or take naps with their cats. Everything can be a form of therapy, a form of healing. as long as you intend it to heal. And that's the beauty. The internal and the external are merging. So I do say focus on the internal because it is only when we go within that we can truly go without in a harmonious fashion. And it's always changing. We are not static beings. If we are feeling static, this means we are giving into contraction.
Get rid of fear, because we're gods in this realm.
Gods and goddesses.
Yeah.
You are looking at an eternal goddess of the pleroma. You are looking at a god of the pleroma. And
What's up?
in this chat, I see all of you gods and goddesses. We know exactly who the fuck we is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Blessed be to all.
Eternal worship. Go into the heart space. Go into the heart. We're going to the heart space. We're going to the heart. Mmm. So tasty. So tasty. Saturn is the golden age sun. Yes, if some of you have read what Ovid has said on this topic, who is a Greek poet, he spoke of the golden age of Cronus, which is a time when Saturn reigned in the heavens, and it was not the sun that was in the sky, it was Saturn. And it was a harmonious age, a golden age. And we are actually returning to this golden age. So Saturn was a teacher, was a very harsh teacher, because again, astrologically, Saturn is the lord of karma. But Saturn is being returned to its original paradisal condition, just like us, just like all of creation. And yes, we are inside of Saturn right now. Now, we need not focus on the details. How can I reconcile all of the accounts of the golden age of Saturn? And we are on Saturn right now. We need not analyze it. The devil is in the details. So, distractions.
But I still look at stuff on YouTube, but you can't let things consume you.
Yeah, we're not saying avoid heavy-duty reading or research, because a lot of us really have fun researching and discovering new truths. But like Aphrodite said, it's when you let it consume you that you're in the mind, in the brain, in the left analytical form of consciousness, and we should be reactivating the right. We should be living from the heart. We must repeat ourselves, because truth is eternal. And sometimes we just have to take a break from everything. I have weeks where I do tons of reading, tons of esoteric exploration. I'll just love to dig my teeth, sink them deep into some tasty alchemical books, or Aleister Crowley, or ancient poetry. And then other weeks, I just want to walk on the beach. I just want to make music.
Should we show the cool Disneyland book?
Yes, absolutely. So we have proof of a Mandela effect, which a lot of people have been debating.
So this is a super old Walt Disney Storyland book that my father gave to me when he came home from traveling one time. When he would travel, he would come home and give me a gift usually. And let's see what it says. So it's by Golden, 55 favorite stories adapted from Walt Disney films. And it was, what year was it published? It's like originally
It looks old.
Yeah, it's 1962. But it has a bunch of old stories like Bambi. But the coolest is...
Find Snow White. So everybody who's into the Mandela effect has heard that the queen at the beginning actually says magic mirror on the wall and not mirror mirror on the wall. And all of us who saw Snow White, we said no way. The queen absolutely said mirror mirror on the wall, but
Who's the fairest of them all?
I watched the movie a few weeks ago and she indeed did say magic mirror on the wall, but here we have proof. It says mirror mirror on the wall.
Who's the fairest of them all?
The Mandela effect is real. Indeed.
Proof.
We felt so triumphant when we found that.
Yes. So, we're enjoying the little pleasures, little games that we play, because we all created this realm for ourselves. That's why the Mandela effect exists, so that we can take notice of the change, so we can wake up and realize our divinity.
Indeed. So, if you've been scared by any glitches in the Matrix, that's yourself just poking you in the butt, saying, "Wake the fuck up!" Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So, thank you so much for everyone in this chat who has offered me a place to stay. If you truly would like to get in contact with me on this ride of remembrance, you can email me at hauntedgraffiti1@gmail.com. I'm currently, as you guys know, with Aphrodite in San Diego, off of Ocean Beach.
San Diego.
San Diego. But I shall be moving to Joshua Tree very soon, within the next few weeks. And from Joshua Tree, I might go to Arizona. I might be making my way down through Mexico, through Central America, down to South America. Because indeed, ayahuasca is calling my name. I have been to Washington, yes. Yes, I've been to many states in the U.S. I have not really traveled the South much. I have not been down south much. But yes, this is an eternal road trip that I'm on, and I am only interested in communing with my fellow blood brothers and sisters. So respectfully, please do not contact me if you are not of my blood. So, this live stream will be ending probably in the next 5 minutes. We've had great communal during this past hour. And I really recommend everybody take the time for themselves. This new wave of energy is very intense, and we really cannot experiment with being ungrounded during this very, very important time.
Walk barefoot in nature. Walk barefoot on unpaved. You can walk on paved ground barefoot to get there, but then get to a natural ground so you can ground yourself.
Indeed.
Touch some trees.
Look at the sun. Create music, if that's what you do. Get out of the mind. Cast Aurora into your heart. Call on Sophia. Her name is so powerful, Sophia.
If you talk to the animals, they talk back to you. They will thank you if you thank them. It's really fun.
We are reconfiguring this toroidal field. We are replacing the cosmic egg with our intentions to bring forth heaven on earth. Our declarations of divinity, our blood over intent, has been the catalyst for this new shift. So we can truly breathe in and out, knowing that this entire illusion is dissolving.
You can feel it.
We can feel it. We know who we are. So, yes, there shall be a lot of AI programs. Many of them may even be close to you in relationship, who try to
Suck you again. Tether.
get you to veer off your divine course. And it is only you who can contract yourself into their games and tomfoolery. So, whenever fear is at your doorstep, you need not answer the door. Because as they say, a vampire in the folklore can only enter your home if you let him in.
Can bless the door and bless what's behind the door. And that's all.
That's all. So, worship to all living souls. This has been Hermes and
Kimberly, Aphrodite.
at your service. At your service. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful Friday night.